everybody always says that if you do not own the meta characters in Nikke, you are unable to play the game. So in today's video, I want to try my best to make the most non-meta team possible and see if we're able to beat hard campaign. Maybe you guys can get an idea off this video for different teams if you don't have the meta characters, or even if you're struggling a bit and this video is helpful, but it's not 100% that we are going to succeed in this video, but let's try our best. We're going to use Pride Wins tier list so you guys have more of a simple understanding of what character are meta and not, and we're going to build a team based on what they have for, you know, their non-meta characters to see how far we can get. Make sure you guys subscribe and like. Let's get into the video. All right, so we are here on Pride Win, and as you guys can see, we are in the high deficit story mode, right? I think we are going to build a team based stuff for this. Obviously you have PvP bossing and low deficit, but high deficit is where we want to go, especially if we're trying to beat hard campaign with this, like, you know, non-meta. Now if you guys take a look, they have lines on Pride Win that indicate what characters are meta and then what characters are the best replacements for those meta characters. I think I'm going to stay clear from, you know, these rows right here. So anybody in SSS, anybody in SS, or anybody in S tier, I am not going to use those characters, right? Because, you know, high deficit Cinderella, we already know she's gonna cook. Iron as well, Modernia, like I just feel like Summer and East, Scarlet, what are we talking about? These are obviously meta characters, even though they are under best replacements and stuff like that. They are still meta characters, right? I'm sorry, but they are. So we're gonna stay clear from these rows right here. We're gonna be in this row, right? From A, B, C, and D tier, possibly E tier. I think we're gonna have to stay in that A to B range. So we're gonna have to build a team based off of these characters right here. That is, you know, not really meta. Now I feel like I could work with some things here. Unfortunately, I feel like my best options for DPSs are going to either be, you know, like favorite item Laplace, maybe Mana. I want to try something different and probably go collab route. So maybe A2 and Amelia, right? I mean, both of them are rocket launchers, and then maybe I can get Rem in there because Rem is an amazing burst 2 for rocket launcher characters. And then I think I might just have, you know, burst 1s be my Alice and Dorothy, right? Because Alice can heal. Or I could have Alice and favorite item Miranda, because Miranda would buff up 2 allies with the highest attack, which in our case would literally be probably our 2 collab characters, A2 and Amelia. Or I could just go Alice and Mary, right? The Summer Mary, where I have a lot of heals from both of those two. So I know 100% that at least, at the very least, I have that, right? I could have went Senti with this because Senti still has her shield. Even in 2025, her shield is still good. Or I could go Marciana if I really want heals. I think if I am going to use a non-meta team, I'm going to want to have a healer, and I think Bunny Alice is that character. So I'm going to have A2 Amelia on my team for sure, probably Bunny Alice, and then I think I'm going to have Rem. So that's 3 collab characters right there. And then I think for that last burst 1 character, I will probably have either Miranda or Mary, maybe Volume, because she has cooldown reduction, but I don't really see me using Volume on this team, right? So let me put together a team with what we see here, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, so this is the team I decided to go with. As crazy as it looks, I feel like we have something going on with this team. Obviously, you know, Bunny Alice is a healer. Bunny Alice is going to be healing us with her HP potency buff. She does have some ammo capacity buff, if I remember correctly. Let me take a look. Actually, I don't remember correctly. Yeah, literally ammo capacity and then burst gauge filling, which is good. And then she does have stat count for water allies, which, you know, if we need that, we do have like 2 water characters on our team, well 3 on our team. Rumani is, I'm banking on her basically fully stacking up to get her, you know, damage taken when we use her burst skill. And then obviously Amelia and A2 are going to be our DPSs. And because Rem is, you know, a rocket launcher support, she's actually going to help heal up A2. So when A2 uses her burst skill, maybe try to keep her up on her uptime for her burst skill. Rem and Alice could help with that. And then obviously, you know, being a rocket launcher character, A2 and Amelia are going to get the buffs from Rem's burst skill as well. So this is a 500k power team. We are down by 242k. Let's see how we get, like how far we get with this team right here, right? Nobody's type advantage or anything like that. I'm a bit scared, but I think we could do it. Let me turn up the volume for you guys on Nikke. I think we could do it. Let's take a look and see what it's looking like, right? I think our burst generation is good because it's rocket launchers. There's Alice right there, right? Alice is going to do what she does. Now, Rumani doesn't have anything because she's not fully stacked, right? I just want to double check. Okay, Rem, go ahead and pop off Rem. I feel like the collab characters, this is where you would probably get use out of them in a situation like this. But if we take a look at Rumani, right? Rumani doesn't have her damage taken because she only gets that when she's fully stacked up. So she's at 3 stacks already for muscle up, which means the next time we use her burst skill, she's going to have that, and she does taunt in, you know, a full burst. So
we'll be right back with you in a second.
We have a lot of heals going on, and that's just kind of like giving me hope with this team. A2 don't die on me. A2 don't die on me. Ah, she died. I think they just take too much damage. I feel like they just take too much damage there. So what do I want to do with this team? I feel like I can get far with this team. I just need some type of sustain there, right? I need some type of sustain here. So let me come back with a different team that's, you know, let's see if I want to really see if I can get far with a non-meta team. So we're going to come with a different team. All right, so looking back at the performance, A2 didn't even do a lot of damage there. Rem ended up doing the most damage there, which is quite concerning. So I think I'm going to have to take A2 off. If we go back to the chopping block, or, you know, I feel like we could use Privity. You know, I mean, I might still keep A2, right? I really think if I have a burst 1 with some type of damage, or some type of sustain will be good. I know it might sound crazy, but I feel like Ludmilla, if I gear her up, right? She has the damage taken and taunt an enemy when she enters the full burst, right? And she's on the 20-second cooldown. So I feel like Ludmilla, right, is the character that we need right now, right? I feel like we can use her and get far. So let me go ahead and build her up and we'll try her. Now the team is basically the same team. I am gonna keep these two DPSs right now. I'm gonna try them out one more time, right? I feel like the DPSs probably are not gonna hit as hard as I want them to, but if they could survive long enough, and hopefully with Ludmilla's help they can, we should probably be able to beat this. So let's see, right? Let's go back here, redo this, and see what we are able to do with Miss Ludmilla on the team, who 100% will have damage reduction and quite high. I also gave her the cube that gives her more damage reduction. Not to mention, you know, she does taunt. Right now she's taunting 100%, right? She taunts during a full burst, so that's good. A2 is losing HP from her own skill, but you guys can see Ludmilla's struggling to die, but she is, you know, I'm not gonna lie, she is taking damage. If we can, okay, and that's the problem right there. Did you guys see that? Cooldown reduction is heavy here, so I want to work around that. I probably want to say, I mean, maybe if I aim for those enemies at the top, right? Because I think if I went for those enemies at the top, we could have done that.
Are you ready? I'm ready.
Right, rather than aiming for the enemy, because A2, once A2 uses her burst skill, she kind of is a wipe character, right? Let me, where's my cursor? I can't see it. Okay, so these enemies like up here, I mean, if we go for them, right? I think if we go for them, we'll be better off, right? Okay, we went for them. Go for these characters at the top here, right? She didn't die as quickly, but she is probably dead here, right? Because we have no cooldown reduction there. I feel like Amelia, I need a burst 3 that is popping off while they're not using their burst skill. So I think I'll keep the same team. I'll just switch out Amelia. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put in Mana just because I know for a fact Mana has a revive. So I feel like I'm gonna abuse the fact that Mana has a revive. Not to mention Mana also does heal until she revives the character. And I feel like if we can really just like, that's all we gotta do, surviving. I don't think damage is our issue. I think surviving is our issue, right? I feel like obviously we don't do any like insane damage, but we probably like, you know, we do good enough damage to like the point where we should be able to get quite far, right? So again, having that extra heal, we don't have cooldown reduction still, which is okay. It's not because we need our burst skills going off, right? But now Mana has used her burst skill. Mana's also very powerful herself, so that's not too bad. Like for example, when there's like one tanky enemy like that, Mana is gonna be good there, right? We fully healed up Ludmilla again. Now when we use our burst skill here, we have crazy burst generation. Come on, we just need Alice to use her burst skill, which, oh my god, Alice, come on. There we go. There we go, A2. And then A2 kind of pops off here. Can we get the kills though? Oh my god. I mean, I think we're, oh my goodness, that boss is going crazy on us. I think we're gonna get the kill. I'm not sure actually. No, we're not. That boss is a problem. That boss is a problem. Okay, so now we gotta work on that boss. Okay. All right, so I switched the team just a bit. I feel like I'm gonna use these two characters because they're my strongest DPS, you know, Laplace and Mana. I wanted to bring a team that I knew had some healing, because I feel like Mana's healing is not gonna be enough with this team, but I have Biscuit on the team. So having Bay and Biscuit on the team is quite the combination. Not to mention, if we have Bay's burst skill procced up with Ludmilla going off, you know, during a full burst, I really think it's going to be hard for us to die. And I feel like the heals that we do get from, you know, Biscuit, it's a little heal we get from Biscuit, but the heals we get from Biscuit and the heals we get from Mana might be enough. And then Laplace, I'm just banking on her being my crazy DPS, because A2 is, you know, losing HP herself. I just feel like this is a better option for me, right? So I wanted to see, are we able to be a few stages with these teams, right? Come on, Laplace. It's been literally, Laplace is the second ever banner Nikke, by the way, and she has yet to get a skin. It's actually criminal what they've done to Laplace, right? But she got a favorite item, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, here we go. This is good, right? Laplace kind of cooks with her burst skill there. Any damage we take, we will survive. Like, look at this. Bay is so broken. Like, I'm not too worried about this right now. Go for them. Look, we're literally taking no damage. If we enter a full burst, we're gonna take no damage. Enter full burst. There's Biscuit. And remember, if we fall below 50%, we have invulnerability because of Biscuit, right? So it's gonna be very hard for them to kill us, I feel like, and we're just banking on like getting the damage off. I feel like that's what we're trying to do with this team, right? Not only that, Biscuit does rebuild cover as well, for the people who did not know that. So I feel like Ludmilla, Bay, and Biscuit with Mana having our revive as well really puts you up there. Like, realistically, I think you can get far with this team. I'm using Laplace as my main DPS because she's like not meta, I guess, in high deficits, but having a team with so much sustain, right? Like, if Laplace was to use her burst skill right now and went for the boss, we would be good, okay? We've entered a full burst, okay? We're not gonna die here. The problem is, the only thing is, are we gonna, like, I feel like, I can't even use see my cursor. Bay is about to die. Bay is about to die. Bay's about to die. Oh no, she revived. Oh my god. Oh, but we lost our burst one. No, if we had gotten that, I think Laplace could have killed there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like if we had survived right there with Ludmilla,
if we can't do it,
we would have gotten that easily. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. There you go, Laplace. Go for these small enemies up here. I can't see my cursor and it's bugging me. I have to like escape to see my cursor, right? Literally in a full burst, we're not taking any damage because what's going on right now is obviously Ludmilla's taunting, but she has damage taken like by 50% or something, like something crazy, right? But Bay has, you know, shared damage, so the damage that Ludmilla is getting is being shared amongst everyone, and because Ludmilla is barely taking damage, everybody's taking no damage realistically, right? I feel like this team could win, especially if I had a meta character right there, but the whole point of this video is no meta characters, right? But I feel like if we had a meta character right where Laplace is, then we would have no problem, because how is this team dying? You know what I mean? We have our heals, we have our sustain, right? It's realistically like it's gonna take longer compared to if you had a meta team, but I feel like if we go for that boss, right? Go for that boss, aim for that boss, right? There, Ludmilla used her burst skill. There we go. I don't know who she put that on. I don't know who that went on. I feel like if we just get Laplace's burst skill off, we win, right? That's all I'm banking on. Get Laplace's burst skill off. Come on. Don't die on me. Come on, just survive 4 seconds. Get Laplace's burst skill off. We only have 6 seconds. Boom, boom, Laplace, go. Go, Laplace. Go, Laplace. You're too slow. It's not good. It's not good, man. It's not good. Oh my God, let me fix this. I'm gonna try this team again, or like this same team, this time with A2. I know it's a bit risky using A2 because she kills herself off basically, but I feel like A2 is the character that can handle the mobs way better than Laplace, right? I feel like Laplace can handle bosses, like, you know, like crazy, but I feel like A2 can handle the mobs. You see what I mean? Like, she's hitting everybody, where Laplace is only hitting like a certain amount of enemies. So I feel like maybe having A2 would be better in this situation. I don't know.
Damn. Sorry, one moment.
No,
I'm not sure. she just kills herself off, and that's the only problem. Like, A2 loses HP on her lonesome. It's not even like, oh, the enemies are killing her and she's losing HP like that. So it's just so risky using A2 like this. You know what I mean? And the heals are just not enough. Because now when we use her burst skill again, we're not going to have anything proc. Because guess what? Why would we? Why would we have anything proc? We're below 40%. I might have to give up on this challenge. I might, right? I think I'm throwing in the towel. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, right? You guys let me know what non-meta team you guys try to come up with Pride Win stuff. I don't think I can do it. But I do want to try and see with this team, if I put in a broken meta DPS like Rappy, could I get far? Right? If I put a broken DPS like Rappy, if I put a broken DPS like Lamilla, or even someone like Red Hood, could I get far? Let's find out in this video right now. All right, so we're gonna go in here with a meta character. Nobody else is meta besides who we're using, I don't even know. Rappy, right? Let's see if we are able to get the clear with Rappy on our team, right? I mean, I really do like the fact that this team is not really going to die. Like, I think the fact that this team is like, it's kind of hard for this team to die is what's giving me hope with teams like these. But it's like, can Rappy cook? Can Rappy cook? Why am I asking such a foolish question, right? Of course Rappy can cook. It's Rappy, right? Nobody's taking damage, and she is cooking, but can she cook alone? Like, nobody's taking damage. See what I mean? Like, this is a very okay. Can we get some like burst generation going? I should have put Red Hood. Red Hood has crazy burst generation. I guess it works well for like what we're trying to do in terms of like, you know, cooldown reduction to an extent, but sure, right? The boss is here. So this is what I mean. Like, you could probably get far using a meta DPS and then non-meta characters, because like, for example, right here, it's Rappy's turn, right? Let's go for the boss. Let Rappy go for that boss, right? If Rappy just targets this boss, come on Rappy, go for that boss. Literally just take that boss out, right? This team is gonna survive. We have a revive, we have heals. I mean, come on. Okay, we revived her, but we have no burst 1. We were not in a full burst. Red Hood or Rappy could have became a burst 1 right there. What if I put Red Hood then? Because Red Hood has that burst 1, 2, and 3 mechanic. I want to beat this. I want to beat this before we end off this video. I want to beat this. So I'm going in here with Red Hood. Red Hood has crazy burst generation. Red Hood is a burst 1, 2, and 3 character, so if we do end up losing a burst 1 or 2, Red Hood will come into play. Not to mention, Red Hood is gonna be like, I think Red Hood is probably the only character I can use with this team. I think that's generally the case. If I want to 100% succeed with this team, Red Hood is probably the only character I can use in this case or in this situation, just because if anybody does die, she's gonna be the very last person to die, right? Like, it's 100% confirmed. Red Hood will be the very last person to die. So my whole thing is, even if she does die, or even if everybody else dies, she's a burst 1, 2, and 3 character. We can always get back into action, especially in the last seconds. So I feel like Red Hood is probably the only character in the game that could probably get this done, right? We've taken no damage so far, right? We have 50 seconds left on the clock. The boss is here now, right? And Red Hood is going off to use her burst skill, right? Go for the boss. Or I can't see my cursor, and I'm getting annoyed. I cannot see my cursor. Oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna let Red Hood go for these enemies. It's fine. Because remember, if anybody does die and we do end up getting our burst skill off with, you know, I guess, well, we can't now because, you know, we used our burst 3 just then, right? Okay. We have 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't think we're dying with this team, to be honest. Look at us. We can't die with this team. I think the Lamilla, Biscuit, and Big combo is just beyond hacks. Okay. Even if the thing was to die right now, we still have Biscuit. Oh my god. But we should have ended off this enemy. I feel like we should have ended off this enemy. I think we could do it. I made a mistake there. I think we could do it. I made a mistake there. I'm pretty sure we can do it. I made a mistake there. I left that enemy there when that's a healing enemy. I'm okay. I can't see my cursor and it's starting to bug me, right? Like, I have to press escape is for some reason for my cursor. I believe in this team. Like, I believe that you could probably have some type of non-meta team that gets you somewhere, right? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing my best. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up, right? After how many attempts, you gotta just keep trying, you know what I mean? You just gotta keep trying, and then after a bunch of like fails, you will get a W somewhere, right? this team, I feel like we're just banking on sustain here, and then like the time. The clock is what we're banking on. Sustain and the clock. Like if we went for the boss right now, right? Okay, let me let Red Hood go for the boss, right? Just aim for the boss the whole time because nobody's dying on this team, right? Okay, okay, okay. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Where's the boss? Where'd the boss go? Where'd the boss go? Go ahead. Oh my god, where's the boss? Where's the boss? I don't see boss. Right here. Go for the boss. Go for the boss. Go for the boss. Come on. Pierce. Pierce. Red Hood. Red Hood. Red Hood. Red Hood. Red Hood. Let's get it, man. Now the question is, could we do that the entire time? Could we do that for 2 more battles? Hey, I feel like Red Hood is the only one that can do it. Let's see if we can do that for 2 more battles. The deficit is quite crazy on these ones, right? But can we do that for 2 more battles?
I never thought I'd be fighting in a dress.
Okay. Burst generation is crazy with this team because of Red Hood, obviously. Like Red Hood is crazy, but we all know cooldown reduction, and I feel like not having cooldown reduction is a problem. But because this team is so tanky, it's not gonna hinder. Like we're not gonna die or anything like that. Like okay, that's instant nuke characters. That's different. That's completely different. Those are enemies that instant nuke you. That's completely different, right? That's completely different. Let's. Okay, I hate how I can't see my cursor unless I press escape. It's really annoying. But when they pull up, we'll kill them. I think you're probably just gonna have to manual play. I feel like that's the only way I can probably get far is if I manual play, right? When these enemies jump down, or get these enemies right here, or I could just cover, right? Okay, yeah, like just cover. Right, I don't know if we did get the revive. I think because I don't see heals anymore. So I mean, somebody revived. Somebody died and revived. I'm not seeing heals on us anymore, which is like concerning because we need heals. Oh, who's healing us? That has to be Biscuit, yeah? Or is that? I don't know who's healing us. Or I guess I don't know. Maybe it is her. No, it can't be. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like that. I didn't like that enemy charging up right there. We're straight for that enemy. We have 30 seconds. The boss is here now. We're entering a full burst. These enemies are about to jump on us. Just cover. Cover. Okay. Okay. We use Mana's burst too. We still have Blood Miller. Come on. Red Hood. Red Hood, show them why you're the best. Oh my god, Red Hood, show them why you're the best. Red Hood, show them why you're the best. Boom, boom. No way. Nah, we would have won too. We had no more time. I'm gonna give up on this challenge. I don't think we can do it. Maybe you guys could correct me down below in the comments. I don't think we can do it. I think if we were able to do it, Red Hood is your best hope. Like you guys see right there. Literally, the only thing that came in our way there was the time, right? Well, it was literally just the timer. But I feel like Red Hood is probably the only character that can help you. Unfortunately, I'm not sure, right? Maybe if I had another broken DPS as well, but then that kind of just takes away from the whole like non-meta thing. I'm not sure. I don't think we can do it. But you guys let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe and like. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.